from the road. I'm actually at the health club. I taught cycle here tonight. But I got a really great news story that I had to share with you. So just do me a favor, smash that like, do chat in with where you're from, and do go check out my sponsor, MyPillow. That's mypillow.com/lumberjack for big savings on the best sleep products available. Or you can call them at 1-800-568-2865. The mega sale is going on right now. Free shipping is there. Giza sheets, go get yourself some. All right, folks, this is big. So President Trump will fill two massive court vacancies as he continues to shape the federal judiciary. So two more vacancies are reportedly opening at the U.S. Court of Appeals that will allow President Trump to increase his footprint over the judiciary. So just the news just reported that last week, Chief Judge Jeffrey S. Sutton of the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals based in Cincinnati and Chief Judge Deborah Ann Livingston of the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York City announced their plans. Now get this. This is so smart. I am so glad they're doing this. Announced their plans to assume senior status later this year. Both judges were appointed by President George W. Bush. So here's what it is. Senior status is a form of semi-retirement. It creates a vacancy for a new appointee. The Sixth Circuit has a Republican-appointed majority, while the Second Circuit has a one-seat majority for Democrat-appointed judges. The Second Circuit presents a more consequential opening for Trump, given its prominent role in cases involving financial regulation, national security, and major civil litigation. A conservative appointment, folks, could have meaningful impact. Heritage Foundation's Judicial Appointments Tracker indicates that Trump appointed 26 federal judges last year, compared to 39 for Joe Biden and 12 for Barack Obama during their first year in office. So we are still behind. Katarina, good to see you on the stream. Yes, please do smash that like, do chat in with where you're from. I'd love to see the comments. At the same point in his first term, Trump had filled 19 judicial slots. So appointments are moving at a faster clip this time around. But Politico noted last month that the overwhelming majority of Trump's judicial appointments during his second term are at the district court level. There simply aren't as many of the more coveted and more powerful appeals court spots as there were in 2017. That reality, along with more steadfast resistance from Democrats, suggests Trump won't be able to make as big of an impact on the courts this time around, the outlet said. So this is really big that we've got two opportunities, folks. And this isn't just some district court. This is a federal appeals court judges and their chief judges. This is big. I mean, do you guys understand what a big opportunity this is? And we're not getting enough of them. Joe Biden really got to appoint a lot of judges to the to the courts, the federal court system. So this is a big win, something that we definitely need to celebrate, because right now the courts have been our last line of defense, the higher courts, because these district court judges are making the most erroneous decisions. You guys all remember Judge Boasberg. I mean, my gosh. So this is a big deal. This is something we definitely need to be excited about, because if you'll remember, during Joe Biden's term too, he bragged about appointing the most demographically diverse slate of judges ever. And of course, on top of that, folks, the brightest lawyer he ever met, Ketanji Brown Jackson. She is just a loop. I'm telling you, what a Fruit Loop. Okay, another thing, folks, you guys know me. You followed my channel for a while. I am not the guy to run around and attack other people who do commentary. It's not my thing, right? Would you all agree with that? You guys all know. I don't attack other Republicans. I want unity. I want us moving forward. I've got more of a kind of like a Charlie Kirk model, where I just want to bring everybody together. Okay? You guys know that. You've watched my channel. You know I don't do this. Candace Owens is off the rails. I'm just going to say it. I don't care if you're a Candace Owens fan. She is off the rails. Have you guys seen that she is now coming out with The Bride of Charlie, some sort of new investigative series to go after the widow of Charlie Kirk? That's sick. Okay, it's sick. It's wrong, it's gross, it's disgusting. Leave the poor woman alone. I can't with this stuff anymore. All right. I just wanted to say that. I had to speak my mind on that. I am like, she used to have some good takes. Do you remember, like, back in the day? I mean, you go back like 6 years ago, Candace kind of had some good takes on stuff, and I kind of liked her. And now, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a money motivated thing. If she's just like got some sort of demonic influence in her life. I mean, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't watch her stuff. I just, whatever. I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I mean, I haven't watched any, whatever. I've seen some clips. And then I watched a little bit just to see what was going on there because people are like, no, she's really good. And I'm watching it going, please, you people are like, your mind is warped by this woman. I just can't. I can't with it all. Just wanted to say that. I'm going to say that. I'm done. That's it. That's my piece on this. Okay? All right, folks. U.S. hockey won. I did this. It's not going anywhere, and that's okay. It should go somewhere because it's an awesome video. The memes have been epic. But I said that basically this is the first time since 1980 that not only has America won gold, but they've defeated a communist nation. Things are so bad in Canada right now, folks, okay? But apparently the U.S. women's team has declined Trump's State of the Union invite, citing scheduling. That's fine. It's fine. It might be other reasons. I don't know. I'm not going to do a lot of conjecture on this. But this is how stupid CNN is, okay? Get ready for it. Okay, you guys heard the call. I actually put that in the video too. Trump was talking to the men's team and then it said, hey, if I don't invite the women's team, I'm going to get in trouble. I could get impeached for that and stuff and whatever. He was going to invite the women's team anyways, folks. Obviously, that was going to happen. They took home gold too. It's the first time that actually both of our teams have won. Okay, obviously men's hockey is more watched, more viewed, and it's a bigger deal than women's hockey. If that offends you, that's just the facts of the matter. It's a faster game, more checking, everything. Okay, but here's the thing. This is what they say. Where is it? Where is it? The men's team, get this, which was traveling back to the U.S. from Italy, did not immediately respond to CNN's inquiry on whether or not they would attend the speech. The White House did not respond to CNN's request for comment. It's uncertain whether the men's team will show up. Okay, my lovely, loyal audience, riddle me this. Do you think there's any chance, like a snowball's chance in hell, that the men's team is not taking the invite from Trump after they said they're there? That they're not taking the jet to Washington? Does anybody out there think that there's a chance that that's not going to happen? And this is the crap CNN writes. God help us all. I don't see any comments coming in. I think there's a lag on comments right now. But they're totally going to be there. This is so retarded. I mean, there's no chance, okay? And I want to give you one last thing here, okay? This is from Chronicles, a magazine of American culture. And the headline is, "The Talking Filibuster is the Anti-Nuclear Option." There is a lot of misinformation, folks, on the talking filibuster out there right now. And they're basically saying that the talking filibuster is the nuclear option, or we have to change the rules for the talking filibuster. No, you don't, folks. The talking filibuster is the standard filibuster. Do y'all understand this? I mean, the talking filibuster is the filibuster. The zombie filibuster is some new invention of the modern Senate that doesn't want to show up for work. Okay, that's what's going on here. I mean, does everybody understand this? It is driving me crazy right now, looking at all the posts, reading the articles, and people talking like the zombie filibuster. No, you can't break that. I mean, you're going against the filibuster. No, the filibuster is where they get up and talk. They filibuster. That's the whole definition of the thing. You get up and you blather on like Hakeem Jeffries did that one time. And eventually it folds. The filibuster always folds because they don't want to work. okay? Let's just be real about this. So here's the article. The talking filibuster is the anti-nuclear option. Listen to this. When the Americans returned President Trump to the White House in 2024, they also handed him a Republican majority in the House and Senate. The expectation was that together they would deliver on the mandate to save the country by passing the mega agenda. The electorate voted for quick and decisive action to be delivered in that limited window of time ahead of the midterm elections. To that end, Congress delivered on the working families tax cuts last year via reconciliation to avoid a Democrat filibuster. Congress also passed President Trump's rescissions package, defunding the woke and weaponized foreign assistance, as well as leftist propaganda coming from NPR and PBS. The key question for congressional Republicans in 2026 is whether they will continue to take advantage of unified government and deliver these legislative wins, or if they will squander this historic opportunity. The American people are future-oriented, and they expect continued action from their legislators. A common response to arguments for a more aggressive legislative posture from Republicans focuses on the Senate filibuster, which allows a determined minority to delay or derail most bills. Republicans are tied up, the argument goes, by Democrats who filibuster and will not advance legislation to the floor for a vote. But the truth is that Senate Republicans could do more than they're currently doing to overcome the Democratic minority on key legislative priorities. Before moving on, it's important to first understand how the modern Senate ends debate on legislation, particularly how filibusters now work and how the cloture process operates. I know I'm getting in the weeds here, folks. Somebody better join the stream because there's 666 of you on, I just saw. But I know this is details, it's in the weeds, but please listen to this. Before 1917, the only way to end debate in the Senate was to exhaust all discussion, amendments, and motions of the bill, after which the Senate would move to a simple majority vote on passage. In 1917, the Senate adopted a rule that allowed for 2/3 of senators voting to invoke cloture, meaning to end debate on a measure and force it to a vote. They later lowered the cloture threshold to 3/5 of all senators duly chosen and sworn in. Today, the Senate operates as though a call for cloture is the only way under the rules to advance legislation to the floor for a vote. But that's false. The Senate operated for over 100 years without cloture. And although it remains the most common way to end debate, it's not the only way. Unlimited debate that takes place on the floor is still an option, and although it's no easy feat, Senate Republicans could force Democrats to oppose bills by not by voting down cloture, but by holding the floor and openly debating a bill until one side or the other relents. Senate Republicans could easily revolve the talking filibuster, forcing senators opposed to the pending business to speak against it until they yield the floor. Indeed, this is the picture that comes to mind when most people think of a filibuster. But today, when the filibuster is discussed, people mean something quite different. According to the Senate rules, there are only 3 things that can happen on the Senate floor: a speech, a vote, or a quorum call. Under the current practice, when senators are not speaking and a vote is not taking place, the Senate is held in a perpetual quorum call, freezing the floor until the speech. However, the majority leader could enforce the 2-speech rule and force Democrats to hold the floor. Democrats could offer amendments, but a disciplined GOD conference could vote to table them until the Democrats run out of steam. The mechanism of how this might play out is more detailed than the treatment above, but the principle remains. Capitol Hill veteran and master of Senator procedure Rachel Bovard has written extensively on this subject, and her writing is a must-read, blah, blah, blah. So the talking filibuster is a genuine organic deliberation, which is one of the reasons why those who support the status quo are so averse to it. Most people don't realize that nearly every vote, speech, procedure, and maneuver in the modern Senate is predetermined. So the debate, why do we even have senators then? What happens on the Senate floor is rarely organic. Some members are afraid of talking filibuster precisely for this reason. They are, moreover, afraid of working more than 2.5 days per week. They want the comfort of predetermined results rather than the trench warfare they can expect if they have to work at consensus building. So that's what we have. So some have inaccurately characterized forcing the talking filibuster as the nuclear option. But folks, it's not the nuclear option. The nuclear option is eliminating the filibuster. And I would actually rather not see that happen. You know, I mean, I've thought about this. I mean, at times I get so frustrated. I want to see the filibuster ended. But I'll be honest, folks, I would rather the filibuster be there. Where are you guys at on this? I'm serious. Filibuster or not. I just want them to actually have to go through the motions and talk this out. I want to see them have debate and build consensus. I thought the Senate, that's what it was all about, was having debate and changing minds. And now it's just some predetermined outcome. So, whatever. I mean, I like it because it gives the minority power. Don't think that you're not going to be in the minority again. And I think legislation is supposed to be hard to pass. Okay? So, it absolutely should be difficult to make new laws, especially onerous ones on United States citizens. It should be difficult. In fact, to get rid of laws, not make new ones. Okay? Anyhow, these are my great thoughts tonight for you, my lovely audience, who I love so much. Thank you so much. Okay? So, home in Montana. My home's in Montana. I wear a bandana. My spurs are of silver. My pony is gray. While out on the ranges, my luck never changes. With foot in the stirrup, I gallop away. Yeah, that's right, man. My home's in Montana. I love that song. I love Montana. I love elk hunting in Montana. The only thing I don't like about it now is there's too much private land owned by billionaires that you can't hunt on. And 30-some% of the land in Montana is public and the rest is private. So it makes it very difficult to get my elk out there anymore. Anyways, keep fighting the good fight, folks. Remember, go check out MyPillow, mypillow.com/lumberjack, or call 1-800-568-2865. Best deals on the best sleep products for everyone. All right, and thank you so much for listening tonight. And I always appreciate your thoughts, so thank you for giving them through the chat. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.